Hello everyone, it is Joe here from Omnipoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. If you're looking for PTCGO codes, including the stuff from Lost Origin, make sure you check out the Poketown store. You can get a 5% discount on your order using that code Omnipoke. For today's video, we're going to be looking at Arceus VSTAR and Flying Pikachu VMAX, the combination that won the World Championships, and it actually gains a lot from Lost Origin because we get to jump away from the questionable Hisuian Decidueye V-Star, which was great as a metagame call, but not that strong in a vacuum, to now include the Giratina V-Star, which is extremely strong in a vacuum. We gain the Lost Impact attack, being able to deal 280 damage. We do have to put 2 energy cards into our Lost Zone, but it's from any of our Pokemon, so if you believe that Giratina is going to tank, you can take energies off your other pieces on the board. And yeah, ideally, you can just chain one-hit KOs without the need for weakness. That was kind of the main selling point of this deck, trying to hit for weakness here, there, and everywhere. Well, now Lost Impact just kind of does the thing, no matter what it is. So very dangerous attacking threat. We lose out on Star Requiem. We have no way to fill our Lost Zone, but that's fine, because we know that Starbirth is our ideal V-Star power. On turn 2, going to try and do good old-fashioned Trinity Nova to power up our Giratina or our Flying Pikachu, which is still a very valuable card in the deck. Gives us additional free retreat Pokemon, and the Flying Pikachu is still very helpful into the Palkia matchup, of course, because you don't have to get rid of all your energies. And by that same merit, the powerful Max Balloon attack is very annoying for a lot of basic focused decks. There's the Reggie deck running around, there's new Cramorant decks running around. There's definitely things that you want to block right now in the format. And without this Flying Pikachu, I fear that we wouldn't have a good time into some of these 1 prizes. So a 2-2 line of the Flying Pikachu remains important for the deck. Outside of that, we still have the helpful gang of Bibarel and Crobat. We have the Pumpkaboo in here as well to bounce opposing part of the peaks, so we can make sure we get our Starbirth off. And we are adding in Zig Belt into the deck list. The Zig Belt package, of course, allows us to hit that 220 threshold with our Arceus very aggressively, so we can try and gust KO 2 prizes on the bench even, thanks to the combination of Starbirth. We can cherry pick these pieces pretty happily, even if you just have like one of them in hand at the time. It can happen very nicely. But also, it means that the Giratina can push into that 310, 320 range with the Zig Ping as well, and that's obviously huge into VMAX Pokemon. So another dimension that the deck didn't really have previously. You have great reach into VMAXs, or even like Big Charmed Arceus and that sort of thing, where previously we were quite weak against Arc Intel because they had the tank ability. Now we have the Belt Tina KO potential, which is very, very dangerous. Outside of that, the entire shell is basically exactly the same as Andre's list. We've had to cut one of the paths, we've had to cut one of the bosses to fit in the belts and the other shenanigans, and our energy lineup has changed that little bit, where we don't just have fighting and lightning, we now have to add in the 3rd different type of energy. So we are a little bit skimpy on our attachments overall, but ideally the Giratina can sit and take energies off other things on the board. Remember, the double turbo does count for both of these energy that you put into the Lost Zone as well, so if you've been able to tank with an Arceus, it's really good for you to be able to pull this off. The other things I'm definitely debating about this list, I would really like to add in an additional switch card, like a Rope, for example, would be very handy, because it allows you to keep more energy in play for you to do the Giratina swings, but it's something you can manage, and I think the Raihan gets even more important in this deck list than it was in the previous 60. So yeah, that is the list we're rocking with right now. I feel like it's pretty solid going into the format. You know, it's just won the World Championships at its core, and although there are a few new decks in the mix, I think this combination of Pikachu and Giratina still covers a wide variety of the metagame. So let's try and get into some of those games and see the deck in action. And yeah, hopefully we're just doing Arceus things, setting up, doing our game plan, and it's good enough. So let's get into it. We are getting to go first. Of course, the deck is far stronger going first than second. Not the best of starts, but we have Ultra Balls to help us out here. We'll just pass. Sorry, just get things going. Looks like we're up against Palkia, and Quick Ball's actually a really big draw for us here. Because they've led the Palk, I'm kind of interested in Quick Balling away the boss here. I should probably Quick Ball away the path, actually, because I've led my Pumpkaboo, so I guess I'm not allowed to path too early here. Let's do this. I think it's going to be a pretty simple just get Arceus here. We have our 2-2 Pika. We have both Lightning Energy, which is good. sacrificed one of our DT, which is fine. Is Zigzagoon here? Yeah, we have Zig Belt potential as well. So next turn I could Starbirth. Do I have my Switch in deck? I do. So yeah, I think this is going to be Arceus attach pass and then have the option to birth next turn. Sounds like a play. Do I want to attach Choice Belt? No, I think we just chill. Don't show them the belt. It's unlikely they Marnie us on turn 1. Yeah, straight away an Irida, so I get to keep the hand. Also, I would think fairly unlikely that we get Path turn 1 from them. If they do Path us, I'm in bad shape. I could have had the option to just Ultra Ball for Bat early, but there's a lot of liabilities of putting a Crobat down against Palkia. It's easy Gust prizes, and it's extra 20 damage just naturally on the board for a number of turns. I've already had to start this Dingbat. I don't want to fill my bench too much with other guff. Got to imagine Irida's going to get things like VIP pass here, and unless it's going to be bucket plays. Oh yeah, it's Kyurem. So probably a like Bibarel Guru kind of list. It's what's been floating around at the moment. So Flying Peak isn't the be-all and end-all in this matchup because they have the backup attacker that can also one-shot the Flying Peak. So actually, I feel like the Tina might be worth powering up in this instance. I know I have the second belt in deck. I actually can't one-shot the Kyurem though, because 330 is just a huge amount of hit points. So we'll see how it plays out. Alright, they're just going to rule the region, so we get a very powerful turn here. Can I just throw away this? I'm going to attach Belt and Crobat up now, I think, so I have more flexibility with my Starbirth, because I'm holding on to another Ultra Ball. I think that's the play. So I'd like to still get some other cards in the mix here, like Bidoof, and some stuff to attach to. That's not great, but I can go attach Ultra Ball VSTAR, play the Marnie, I guess. Probably the best move I have. So let's attach Ultra Ball. Grab VSTAR. Worst comes to the worst, this doesn't help me at all, and I can still get... yeah, this doesn't help me at all. Okay, that's really rough. I wanted to get Switch Zig here for maximum tempo. I think I still do make that play, I just don't have anything to attach to, which really sucks. Alright, they just scoop immediately. Marnie did the trick, but yeah. So I had Switch Zig there, but I wasn't... Like, I had to draw into either the Switch, the Zig, a Quick Ball, or any of my other basics that I could attach to, and it just didn't work out. But hey, we still did the thing. Starbirth on 2 is still broken. Love to see it. Let's get into another game. And we get to go first again. This deck is very strong going first, I feel. Because just having uninterrupted Starbirth is pretty gross. We already have Arceus attachment, so feeling pretty good about this. Oh, it makes it even stronger now. Guru could be up against another Kyurem deck. I think it's just attach and pass, honestly. Again, just hold a very strong hand. This time I feel better about holding the entire thing because I have Pumpkin unless I get pathed. So it's a low-key turn, but good old Arceus attach is always what you're looking for in the opening stages. This time our opponent has a Guru start. So I won't be looking for crazy Zig Belt plays. I just can low-key take the KO next turn. As long as we have access to that one-of switch. It's actually a really important card in the deck. Like, we have 6 good leads with the 2 Pikas and the 4 Arceus, so it doesn't need to come into play too often. And you hope that it's low percentages of you starting one of your not 6 good things, whilst also... prizing your switch. It should be low odds, but I could definitely see like a rope coming into the list, or a second switch, or an air balloon. One of those sorts of cards could easily come into the 60. We're actually going to get Marnie out of a very strong hand, which is a shame, but our opponent hasn't done much yet. They're playing the Zoroark deck. Zoroark only has 210 hit points as well, so it can allow us for more aggressive boss plays. But our hand is truly woeful from that. The Marnie's done the job. There's the Gape Jaw. There's a Crobat from them. See, a sad face emote for some reason. Okay. Have they prized some Gengars or something? Who knows? Have some hero top decks here. If I can get into the V-Star this turn, it could be devastating. If I can KO their lone Zoro. It's mad that we're just like one card away from greatness here. That's the beauty of Arceus. Ideally, we pick up our Marnie of ourselves here, or research. Quick Ball gets us Crobat, so that's pretty nice. So yeah, let's bench Bid. I've already got rid of one Psychic Energy, so I am a little bit conscious of not being able to attack with this Tina. So I think I'm getting rid of the Bibarel instead. Doesn't feel great, but here we are. Okay, we do have our other Psychic, so that's good to know. If I have to play it, I will. Gonna get some damage on some more stuff. There's V-Star and Double Turbo, so I can Starbirth for Belt Boss. Seems like a play. Do I want Pikachu out? Not really. I think I just power up the Tina. Yep, and Starbirth won the game again immediately. Everyone's trying out the new decks, but it's losing to turn 2 Starbirth every time. Because Starbirth is broken. Starbirth is so broken. Oh, man. Imagine not Starbirthing, you know? So silly. We are just crushing these weak starts. And having the extra aggro cards in the deck definitely helps out. Taking those 2 prize knockouts early. I think it really helps this deck as well, because it can smash V-Stars very nicely, but it can't like chain it too easily. So ideally your Arceus takes a 2 prize knockout, and then you only need to like piece together 2 more KOs, and that shouldn't be too difficult. Especially with Crobat sort of having an uptick in play. Here we're going second, so it should be a bigger challenge for us. But our hand is very strong. We already have Arc Attach. We're hiding behind a 1 prizer right now. I can choose to spin the wheel with a Marnie, or I can just hold on to a V-Star for next turn. Urshifu? Urshifu would be a very difficult matchup for us, because Tina can't reach. Pikachu does have resist, but not the best. Oh, it's Rapid Mally. Now that's a name I haven't heard for a long time. This is probably a difficult matchup for us. We don't have many health buffs. We don't have anything that's really good against it. Flying Peak is our biggest thing. But yeah, actually a little bit awkward. They chose to go first, which is so weird for Mally to do. Do I want to just... Yeah, let's scout the deck, see if the switch is in deck. Sure is. I think I like the Pikachu. Or do I just try and make as many Arc as possible? Maybe just more Arc is the best way here. Make him go through 2 Arceus and then a Peak at the end of it all. So if I'm doing that, yeah, this makes sense. Do I have my Bibarel? Yep. Okay, we're very understaffed in this matchup, I think it's fair to say, but I just hold everything here. It's pretty difficult for them to attack us for anything too meaningful, and if it is, it's only Bidoof. I mean, it's a sad loss, but it's a loss we'll accept. Alright. Are they going to fill their board, or are they just going to take a prize? They could have... Oh, they missequenced. They could have got a free Octillery card. What is going on? They could have gone Octillery Brawly and set up. Ah, people misplaying with Mally is a pet peeve of mine. Because it's a deck that I enjoy playing. Oh my goodness, they had the option to Brawly set up the board, but they're taking a Tempo Bidoof prize instead and throwing 3 incenses away. Oh no. Incense is so important for Sword and Shield Inteleon. Ah, I'm in pain. The good news is we probably win this game. They've not put down another Inkay, so I think I just win. Well, maybe I'm getting overconfident here, but I think I'm in a good position. Okay. That's Starbirth. I don't even need this. I can get a capture, right? Capture sounds good. Have Marnie, so I'll just take this. I'm holding Marnie and Boss. Seems good. Okie doke. I don't think they shuffled in the Octillery, did they? If they did, I mean, oh, jeez. Okay, they have Octillery. They probably need to Brawling, just get double Inkay Sobble here. They can Rod some chaps. If they have Ambition in hand, they should probably hold it. Brawly is probably stronger here. Because things can go so wrong if they do anything else. Yeah, they're just going to Brawly. Ink Sobble. It's so greedy. Alright, we're up against a very greedy player. When will they learn? Well, we're going to see a Drizz. They probably just should Brawly again, to be honest. They might want to dance the deals, so they can have the option to big deal next turn. Oh, they're not even Brawlying. I'm so upset. Seeing Mally misplays is upsetting. If they only put down one, I guess they have this, so they could get more Inkays, but jeez, you know. See, Rapid Strike Search. Probably need to get another Sobble down. Because I'm going to KO one. Seems good. Let's do this, and let's just Marnie. Not going to evolve, because then it gives him a 3-2 prize map if they randomly get a high roll boss. All right. Can the Mally make the comeback? They need to KO this turn. It's very possible. I've done everything my deck can do to make it difficult. Rescue Carrier's solid. It's +1ing. I guess it's not a +1 if they just bench Sobble here. We do see a Drizz, so they can at least ambition. Need to bench the Sob. Pitch an Inkay instead. I just don't know anymore. They can definitely get there. If they have big deal, they get there almost all the time. There's their last incense. A prized big deal. They just have it anyway. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. I guess it's better to be... No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Man... There's me trying to tell you that Mally's a skill-rewarding deck to play. I should do this, I guess, because of scoop. They still have so many scoop-up nets. Alright, that's really good news for me. Can still get there with Big Shady. Quick shooting won't do enough. Oh, double quick shooting might, if they have net quick shoot here. so they get to keep the Sobble in hand. Oh. Okay, I feel like a little bit of justice right now. I feel like we honestly probably lose this matchup if they take different lines, because we have very few options against them. We just have Marnie Prey basically, but sometimes it worked. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's think that they prized Big Shady and it really hurt them. I think that's the fairest thing to think, to make them play strange. Mali's definitely not the easiest deck to play. Excuse me. There's just some key principles. I need to cough again. Deary me. Alright, sorry about that. Let's get one final game in. Arceus going first. Name a better combo. Haven't seen any of the Giratina yet. It's just been Arceus being Arceus so far. Ah, we're against Mew. Now, this is definitely a situation where we want to use Tina if we can. We do have the early cheese path as well. Happy days. That's very good. As if. Why are people just conceding into us? We're win streaking by just being Arceus. Insane. I wanted to show off the meaty damage of a Giratina. It's obviously pointless if they just put an Oricorio down, but it gives you a 1-prizer to hit, and then you can do the 1-3-2 route. Whatever. We're still just a Path and Prey deck, right? In that matchup a lot of the time. Alright, we're going second with a pretty awkward hand. Might have to rip an early Marnie. DT Arceus Marnie. Ah, the Mew Redemption arc. Okay, let's see what happens. The big cram flip comes in hot. Getting rid of a tablet is at least some good news for me, but they are going to get rolling here. See a big Genesect for 1. Double Meloetta on the board. What an interesting board state. Do they go another Mew here now, or do they just take the extra gen? Okay. Interesting. Let's see the Rotom Phone. Marnie Path, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Okay, the win cons appeared. I like Zig for the Genesect hit, but I guess I played double belt anyway, so I guess it's keep the boss around. Like this. We know we have the pump, that's very good. And we have enough energies for all this stuff. Seems good, seems good. Is the switch in deck? It is not, so I low-key need them to actually hit. Ideally, they just hit our active boy. Marnie Path. So they did Rotom Phone to end their turn, so maybe it's not all over. Do I get rid of Double Turbo here and Incense? So here's the issue. Here's my quandary. If they Rotomed correctly and just have Stadium Bounce here, they are likely to boss KO the Arc, and then I just lose. But if I hold the Bull Search, I can go Pumpkin V-Star and get rolling. But I think I have to prepare for the worst, right? I think I just have to get rid of DTE Incense here. I could probably thin an Evolution, actually. I mean, I could Ultra Ball for Crow... Oh, no, I can't Crobat. That would be very silly. Do I have my other grass? I do have one more grass, so I could keep the DTE around. But I have so many DTEs, and using Tina's just so strong. So let's get rid of DTE and Pika. And just get a second Arc down, because if there's not an Arc in play, what am I doing? Let's be honest. Plays around Rope as well, as best I can. Alright, so they can at least Sparkle. Are they going to go for the Leap? Maybe. They're thinning the hand as if they can bounce this Stadium. They sure can. They are zooming. At least they played a Sparkle, so I'm expecting the active to get KO'd here. Slash hoping. Or at the very least, they Rope, take 2 prizes, but I can at least attack. If they play Catchers, I'm terrified, obviously. They're debating sequencing here. Oh, they have a switch. They don't have a switch. Why would they retreat before using the Genesect if they weren't going to play a switch card? So strange. More confusion. More visible confusion. Uh-oh. Oh no. They haven't used a damage mod yet, right? Oh, Mew. You nasty piece of work. Oh, we're living. And they left a Mew active. Okay, they run. They run. Yeah. We running. Running the show. Okay. I'm alive. That's the good news. I get to Marnie away a Pumpkin as well. Do I want this Flying Peak? It is one of the biggest things I can make. What's it good at dealing with other than more Meloettas? Nothing really. I think I don't want to draw back into this. It's a nice Gust prize for them. Let's get rid. Well, that's V-Star, at least. So if I go V-Star, I have to go Path, obviously. And then I just take a Research for next turn. And just power up this Arceus over here. Because I can't in good conscience take a Tina and just leave myself with nothing, right? Yeah, it's just... Path gonna come in here. I could go Path Bibarel, I guess. Gives me a bit more flexibility than committing to research. Maybe I can get a Tina off this as well. That would be the dream, right? Ooh, Pog. And a boss, potentially. Very good outcome. Alright, so let's see how path number 2 goes down. As we power up our boys. They have Genesect as the pivot, at least. They've already got rid of 2 Sparkles. So it shouldn't be too easy for them to do a mellow play. They Tails the Cram. Is that a concede? No, it's a Pumpkin. Okay. A Painful Pump. They're 2 tablets and a... Oh no, the belt went back into the deck. But there's the Pit. What do they get rid of? They got rid of Mew and Silene and Tablet. I think they should have just ripped the Ultra Ball straight away, honestly. The Cram Gamer. Ooh, that's rough. Couple Tails on Cram. Echoing Horn. Gonna bring back another Arc. That's okay. Just the -1, so they can draw 3 more here. You see a Belt. More Belts for more draw. Their last Genesect. So that's 170. We're at 180. Oh, they have a boss. And they have no other bench mons either. So I think I just shred here, right? Let's just shred. So they can draw a lot of cards here. They still have 1 Sparkle left and enough energy to get a Mew going. But they've got rid of both Meloettas, so it would have to be another Leap play, right? Alright, it's going to be a stalling boss. They're in panic stations now. And you have 1 board space for Mew. My hand is very well equipped to deal with it. Taking the switch off prizes was insult to injury. I could have just paid retreat, I guess, but yeah, I mean, it's just... Now we're just toying with him. It's a bloodbath. Not going to attach the double turbo in case they try and trap again. Yeah, it's just over. And there it is. We kind of just did the thing. Like, there was nothing that broken about our deck, but we just kind of, like, Starbirth just gave us a huge pole vault in tempo that meant that we just didn't lose a single game, and that's just Arc in a nutshell, right? That's what we saw Andre doing over and over again at the World Championships, and a few other pilots, you know, Ryota and Daichi doing a similar thing where you're just kind of big, you're just kind of annoying, you have more damage at your disposal. I personally still feel like the Pikachu's worthwhile because it's still good into Palkia Intel, certainly, and it's still good into Reggie's and the new Cram deck and any of these Thornton Wombo Combo One Prizer decks as well. So I feel like it's probably still worth its weight and increases our outs of good leads. Possibly you could go cheeky and go to a 1-1 line of the Pikachu. I think that's probably wrong. but it is an option, and it would allow us to have like an extra balloon or rope in here, which I think is valuable, and possibly even like a ordinary rod could be helpful as well, just to make sure that we have enough energy to see us through the game. But in the end, we didn't really use the Tina much. Like, we shredded with it here and there, and we threatened it, but we didn't even need it because the game was over too early with the Arceus the whole time. That won't always happen, but with the powerful Starbirth at your disposal with Belt Zig, going first is just still crazy with the deck. Let me know what you guys think about this archetype. Is it going to be a top contender? Is this the best way to play Arceus going forward? Or is Inteleon still up there in your books? Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video tomorrow. Cheers.